What I wanted to talk about first about was the journey that I've been on with this business. And Jenny, you've been with me probably, you've known me probably, it's been 17 years, I'm going to say 15 at least, because it was before your daughter was born too.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been a journey. Doing aesthetics was a passion of mine when I was a little girl. I got to play house, and when I got to play house, she had makeup. It wasn't my little house, playhouse, it was my neighbor's. And I couldn't wait to play house because I got to put makeup on everybody. I was the big makeup artist, and it's always been a passion of mine. And then I knew I wanted to go into aesthetics. In grade 11, a family friend came by and he said, "Susan, what would you like to do after high school?" And it just flew out of my mouth. I didn't even know what I was saying. I said, "I'd love to go into cosmetology." Back then the school was the School of Cosmetology. And I wanted to do that. And that was when I was 17, and everybody in my life poo-pooed the idea, said you won't make money, you'll have to work weekends, I'll never see you, and it's gaudy and it's vanity, and it was everything under the sun. So I listened to everybody. I got married. I didn't listen to them getting married, but I got married. And then it was like we had a mortgage, we had to pay for everything, and I couldn't go to school. And then about 6 years later, my husband said, "You know, why don't you go into something you've always wanted to do?" So, or have kids, because that was one of the things too. Hi. Welcome. We're just doing a little talk, so come join us.
Awesome.
Are you the girls from Eye Candy?
Yeah.
We just finished.
The eyelashes that I have been done at Eyelash Candy. They do it very natural, and we're just cross-promoting, so I have to try it out. So I'm just telling a little bit about my story, and then I'm going through a couple of question and answers, so welcome.
Okay.
Where was I?
Children.
Racing.
Children.
So then my husband said, "You know, you're not happy doing office work. Why don't you pick having children or have children or do your career?" And so I thought about it for not even 5 minutes, and I thought, if I have my career, I can still have my kids too. Or no, if I have my kids, I can have my career later. So I chose children, and I have 2 beautiful boys. And and then when I was 39 years old, I was offered a job in sales. I went to my first day on the job, and that little voice that sometimes whispers, it was screaming at me, "Go into aesthetics. You've always wanted to do aesthetics." So I told the guy at noon, I says, "Can I let you know Monday?" And I didn't want to tell anybody, I just wanted to go. I was just so driven to go. So I went to the school 2 days later and signed up, and I said, "When are you starting?" She goes, "Actually next Tuesday." I was inside going, "Oh, that quick?" And I says, "What do you need?" She goes, "We need $75 on your credit card today, and then you need to bring 5 post-dated checks." I didn't tell my husband, I didn't tell anybody, I just said, "Sign me up, I'm coming." And it was like this was a Friday, and it was next Tuesday I was starting. So then I made a trip to my husband's office. I felt like I was floating above the earth, like 1,000 feet. I had a sister that passed away. She was 25, and she had probably passed away about 10 years before that. And she was in hair, and we always talked about going to skin and makeup, or hair and makeup, skin, whatever, together and do a business. And I felt like her and I were doing the happy dance, and I just knew I was doing the right thing, because it's something I wanted to do for 25 years. So I went to my husband's place, and I told him, I said, he just sat there with his mouth open, didn't know what to say, because I was like, "Guess what I'm doing? Next Tuesday I'm starting aesthetic school, and I just need to know if we don't have money, if we don't have money to cover it, I need to go get a loan." And he just stood there sort of like, didn't know what to say, because I wasn't asking, I wasn't discussing, I was saying, "This is what I'm doing." And it almost took that. I always felt like I needed to just, this is what I'm doing, because anyways. So I went to school, and just after school then I thought, I don't know the first thing about business, and I don't even know aesthetics. Like I just trained in it, but I haven't done any of it. So I went home to my husband and I said, I want to do 2-3 years at home, and then I'll go out and find a place and be on my own. And 2-3 years later, and then with life of events happening and disappointments and not being able to have the finance or to be able to do it, I stayed at home, and I did it out of our home. Some of you have been clients there, and did that for 17 years. And a year and a half ago, I said to my husband, I think we need to sell and move into a condo and simplify our life, which meant I needed to find a place. And it was kind of magical how it all came together. We found this place, and right behind us, the condos there is where we're living. And it's just down the sidewalk, and I'm here, and we did this whole place. It was a real bright green, about this color, the walls, and white railing here, and white trim, and there was 2 office rooms in there. This was a board room. So we've kind of just transformed it all and add my touch into it. And the reason why I'm excited about, and I'll just jump into the skincare line, and I'm giving everybody a little hand facial. It's what I would do on your face, but I want you to experience it on your hand. The reason why I love this line so much is when I first started my business, I thought, how do you find a cosmetic line that can go for each of us, say just all of us in this room? Like, how do you find a line? Like, it's overwhelming just as a consumer to find skincare that's gonna, and oftentimes we jump around from line to line, or this, or I'm gonna try coconut, or I'm gonna try this, or I'm gonna try whatever, trying to find what's gonna suit our skin. And when I started my business, I decided if I set the intention what I'm looking for, it'll find me, or I'll find it, and so I came up with 3 words. One was purity of ingredients. I wanted it to be pure. I had an organic lingerie, which I absolutely loved, and I felt it was very pure. Integrity within a company, not just to slap together a money-making, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry with skincare. I wanted a line that had integrity in it and that made sense. And then the 3rd word, it needs to bring results. It can be all those things, but if it doesn't bring results, it's, like, what is it? So my journey over 17 years, actually over 15 years, it found me, Dermavisuals. It was very new in Canada. It's been around for 25 years. It's a German line. It falls under the umbrella of corneal therapy, and corneal therapy is an association where they use really strict guidelines of what you can put in the skincare to make it pure, to make sense. With this particular line, what I like about it is there is no colors, dyes, or a synthetic that sit on the skin that can also cause a skin disruption. There's no mineral oils, there's no emulsifiers. That's what mixes oil and water together to stabilize it. It's a synthetic. And when I found this line, that was probably one of the top ingredients that I wasn't clear on. So I asked about it, and they said there's over 250 emulsifiers out there. So go knock yourself out. Go online and look them up and see what they all are, and it's kind of overwhelming. But just the fact that they don't have the emulsifiers. No colors, no amines, no mineral oil, no preservatives. So there's science to it, but it's very pure. There's a lot of integrity within this company, which I'm just continually learning and expanding my knowledge of skin and how to take care of it. And then the results, clients are coming back and they're just so excited with their skin. They're saying, everybody across the board comes back going, my skin's so much smoother, has more of a glow.